Dear students, the sentence stress, pitch, melody, and rhythm as components of intonation were touched upon in Lecture 7. In Lecture 8, they will be dealt with in detail. By the end of this lecture, you will understand the general rules of sentence stress and rhythm and be able to transcribe intonation according to Kingdom's tonetic stress marks system. I would like to start this lecture by reminding you what is sentence stress. Sentence stress is a greater prominence given to one or more words in a sense group as compared with the other words of the same sense group. Sentence stress serves to single out words in the sentence according to their relative semantic importance. Let's take one sentence in English and try to transcribe intonation or mark intonation first. For that, I will use the tone stress marks according to Kingdom. In this sentence, the words Andrew, not, and come, because semantically they're the most important. As they bear sentence stress, they are given greater prominence. How is this greater prominence achieved? It is achieved by greater force of articulation, greater muscular tension given to stressed words. Besides, stressed syllables are pronounced fully and distinctly, and they are longer than the unstressed ones in this sentence. Some stressed words bear terminal tones. They have a change in the pitch level. We discussed last time that sentence stress has 3 degrees. The words can be accented, stressed, and unstressed. Accented words are fully stressed. They are prominent due to all the means of sentence stress. First of all, the force of articulation, quality and quantity of sounds, and of course the variation of the pitch of the voice. In this sentence, there is one accented word. It is come. It is fully stressed because we don't reduce the vowel sound, and it's longer than the reduced unstressed ones. What's more important is that it has a change in the pitch direction. So the melody goes down when we pronounce this word. That's why I have used a downward tone stress mark placed at the bottom of the accented syllable in the line of print. There are 2 stressed words in this sentence. They are Andrew and not. They are partly stressed in comparison with the accented word because the quality and the quantity of these vowels are full. They are pronounced fully and distinctly, and they are not reduced, and they are longer than the unstressed syllables in this sentence, but they don't have any change in the pitch direction. That's why I have used a vertical tone stress mark placed at the top of the stressed syllable in the line of print. The other syllables in this sentence, they are but, ru, was, unstressed. They don't have any great prominence. That's why they're not marked. Here you see my tonogram. So it has the beginning and the end, and also it denotes the pitch levels, the upper pitch level, the medium pitch level, and the low pitch level. Our sense group starts with an unstressed syllable, so it's marked by a small dot here on the staves. Then we have a stressed syllable, and then we go up and have a stressed syllable. So it's a level tone because it doesn't have any change in the pitch. That's why it's stressed, not accented. Then we have an unstressed syllable, ru, so it will have the same level. Then was is also unstressed. Then not is stressed. We'll go a little down. And then come. It is accented. That's why we will draw a big dot on the staves and then with a downward curve because the melody goes down. Sentence stress is closely interconnected with speech melody. Speech melody is the variation of the pitch of the voice of the speaker. It expresses itself in pitch levels, pitch ranges, and tones. Let's take one more sentence in English. It's given here on this slide and I will pronounce it for you. I'm studying English. It is a general rule in English that the last stressed word in a sentence group contains the significant change in pitch. This is the one which determines the semantic importance of the sentence group or the communicative type of the sentence. This sentence contains only one sentence group, so it means that we don't have any pause in between, only before it or after it. We will mark the intonation in the following way. I'm studying English. The sentence is pronounced with this particular intonation when the speaker considers the name of the language he's studying to be the most important piece of information. The most important piece of information conveyed in the sentence or sense group is called a communicative center. It means that the word English in this sentence is a communicative center. It bears a terminal tone. The communicative center may occupy any place in a sentence. Let's take one more sentence in English. My friends go to the seaside every summer. If I pronounce this sentence in this way, it will serve as a good answer to a when question. Then I will mark the intonation in the following way. My friends go to the seaside every summer. As you can see, we have 4 stressed syllables in this sentence and 1 accented. As it bears a terminal tone, it has a change in the pitch direction. So the speech melody goes down. And the last word in this sentence is its communicative center. Okay, if I pronounce this same sentence in the following way, my friends go to the seaside every summer, then it will be a good answer to a where question. My friends go to the seaside every summer. Please remember that if you have fallen intonations away in the middle of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence, and then you have stress syllables after that, you need to use a vertical tone stress mark at the bottom of the stress syllable in the line of print because the speech melody has gone down. I will pronounce the same sentence in a different way. My friends go to the seaside every summer. My friends go to the seaside every summer. Then it will be a good answer to a who question. And the last variant will be my friends go to the seaside every summer. Then I will answer the question whose friends. Then we have my as an accented syllable. Friends go see every summer as stressed syllables. By shifting the position of the last sentence stress, it is possible to change the meaning of a sentence. It often expresses something new to the listener. It can show contrast or some kind of special importance the speaker attaches to the word. Okay, so the meaning will be and not anybody else. Then what should we stress? We are going to the cinema tonight. Okay, if we'd like to convey something like, after all, we are going to the cinema tonight. Or not to the theater, but to the cinema, then we will stress cinema. We are going to the cinema tonight. And the last variant in this situation may be, and not tomorrow, but tonight. We are going to the cinema tonight. Now we need to discuss what words in English are stressed and what words in English are unstressed. Content words are stressed in English, structure words are unstressed, and the time between stressed words is always the same. That's the rule of rhythm. Now let's discuss what content words are. Content words are those that carry the meaning. They can be principal verbs, adverbs, nouns, adjectives, numerals, demonstrative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, emphasizing pronouns, and absolute forms of possessive pronouns, and negative auxiliaries. If you don't know what class a word belongs to, you can use these examples that are given in the second column as a guide. Structure words are those that are used for correct grammar. They are auxiliary or link verbs, modal verbs, prepositions, conjunctions, articles, personal possessive and reflexive pronouns. But you should remember that any word can be given a greater prominence by using a logical stress, and you can use it at the beginning, the end of the sentence, or in the middle of the sentence. Even structure words can be stressed. If we take, for example, one more sentence in English and pronounce it in the following way: he is a student. And in this way, we will convey some special meaning. The combination of stressed and unstressed syllables form a rhythmic basis of a sentence. Rhythm in speech is the regularity of stressed syllables in time. I hope you remember that last time we clapped our rhythm in order to indicate that we have that regularity. In English rhythm, there is a strong tendency to pronounce stressed syllables at equal intervals of time. Now, it is important to differentiate a rhythmic group from a sense group. A rhythmic group is not equal to a sense group. A rhythmic group is a group of syllables consisting of one stressed and several unstressed syllables. If we take the same sentence we took last time, then you will see that they couldn't have chosen a better time for their holiday. It's a neutral statement with the fall at the end of the sentence. Could not is stressed here because it's a negative auxiliary. Chosen is stressed because it's a verb, a principal verb. Better is stressed because it's an adjective. Time is stressed because it's a noun. Holiday is stressed because it's a noun. Then I can mark the intonation. They couldn't have chosen a better time for their holiday. I would like to underline that this sentence contains only one sense group because it doesn't have any pause in between. We have a pause here, a long one, because it separates this one from the previous one, and at the end of the sentence because it separates this sentence from the following. Okay, our sense group starts with an unstressed syllable. We mark it with a small dot placed at the bottom. Then we go up and start our scale. Couldn't. How many syllables are there? I would like to remind you that traditionally the number of syllables is equal to the number of vowels in a word. But in some cases, sonorants can also be syllabic, especially m, n, l, when joined to preceding consonant. So we have our sonorant n here, and it's joined to the preceding consonant, d, couldn't. That's why it forms an additional syllable here. So we have one stress, could, and then n, an unstressed one, have, an unstressed one, chosen. Again, we have two syllables here. One syllable is stressed. Cho. We go a little bit down. Cho, and then zen, an unstressed syllable. E, an unstressed syllable. Beta, again, two syllables. The first is stressed. B, and then t. Time. We have only one stressed syllable. For is unstressed. There is unstressed, one syllable. Then holiday. Holiday, three syllables. The first is stressed, but it is an accented syllable. It means that there is a change in the pitch direction of the melody goes down. Then we have ha, so we need a downward curve. Holiday. And two unstressed syllables. 1, 2. As the melody has gone down, we need to put these two unstressed syllables on the low pitch level. Now we need to find out how many rhythmic groups this sense group has. So a rhythmic group is a group of syllables consisting of one stressed and several unstressed syllables. This is the first rhythmic group. I'm using a dashed line in order to show that it's not a pause. As you can see, I'm using a dashed line to delimit the rhythmic groups between each other. Then the second rhythmic group, the third one, and 2 more. Now you see that there are 5 rhythmic groups in this sense group, and you need to pronounce them at the same interval of time. Let's try to do that. You can again clap the rhythm to make it easier. They couldn't have chosen a better time for their holiday. That will be the correct rhythm and the proper intonation pattern for the English language. In this respect, we need to introduce 2 more phonetic terms, proclitics and enclitics. Proclitics are unstressed words joined to the following stressed word at the beginning of a sentence group, and enclitics are unstressed words joined to the preceding stressed word at the end of a sentence group. Here we have only one proclitic, the first one. All the other unstressed syllables are called enclitics. I would like to point out one important rule of rhythm that affects sentence stress in English. There is a strong tendency in connected English to avoid stressing 2 syllables in succession. Words normally pronounced with 2 equally strong stresses or with a primary and secondary stress in isolation, they often lose one of the stresses in connected speech. The word immediately preceded by a stressed word loses its first stress. The word immediately followed by a stressed word loses its second stress. Here we have the same sentence that we had at the beginning of the lecture. And maybe you had a question why I didn't stress the syllable side. Because I had this rule in mind. We have my friends go seaside every summer. Here you see seaside. It's a complex word having 2 stresses. Sea has the primary stress and side bears a secondary stress. But in speech, when you have 3 stressed syllables in succession, the middle syllable loses its stress. Thank you very much. See you next time.